I had this crazy, interesting dream last night. It woke me up at like 4:30 in the morning, and I got up and wrote down what I could remember. It was just wild. And then I sat up for a while watching TV, and I was thinking to myself, this dream is so much more interesting than anything I can think of I've seen on TV in years. It was just really, and the settings and everything was just wild. And it's not going to make any sense, but I'm going to tell you a little part of it anyway. It was just I was on a shuttle bus, some kind of shuttle bus thing that went out of control at one point, going from Pittsburgh to Erie. And at one point we stopped. It was nighttime, and we stopped at this like kind of deserted little tiny mall up on a hill by this like warehouse thing. It was kind of creepy, you know. There was one store open. It was a filthy little thing. It was a jewelry store was open. So we conducted a little business in there. It's a long story. The interesting part, the part I wanted to say was when we came out, we're walking back to the shuttle bus in the dark, and all of a sudden, dogs, just a few, but several dogs start coming towards us from different directions. Small dogs. Not threatening or anything, but they're just walking up, and this one comes up to me, and I go, hey, you know, I'm petting the dog, and it's kind of like biting at my pants leg, but then it'll let me pet it for a while, and then it's kind of biting me, and I'm thinking, well, you know, kind of weird. Look kind of like a Scotty, but not a Scotty, but sort of like that. And then this old black guy comes out and says those are his dogs, you know, and he picks up that one weird little dog, and he starts saying, I said, what kind of dog is that? And he says, this here dog is called a Wolfman, and it's from Milwaukee, and there's only just a few like it. It was an accident of breeding, and this dog's face is the face they used to model the Wolfman when they made that Lon Chaney Wolfman movie in the 50s. And I said, really? And just then the dog, he's holding the dog, and the dog turns to me and he goes, and I go, oh my God, it is the Wolfman. So, Wolfman was a big thing to me when I was a kid. That movie, which I still think is the best one. I don't care for the special effects, new wolf stuff. I mean, they're fun, but that one was really scary. And I used to stand in the back window of our house looking through the yards back there thinking that I could see the Wolfman running towards our house through the trees in the neighbors' yards. Anyway, that wasn't even what I was going to make a video about. I was going to make a video about spanking. When I was a child, and I don't know how old, but before I was a teenager, I had all these tics. Not tics, because tics are involuntary. These were voluntary things I did, but they were just these weird things that I did, mostly with my face. I guess because I was insane. I don't know. Spanking was doing this, blinking my eyes real hard. Instead of just blinking my eyes, I would blink them hard. And I did it a lot, you know. My brothers called it spinking, and they called me Spinky for years. In fact, I still hear it sometimes, and this happened like 140 years ago. Another one was I did this. The hell was that? I don't know. They called it galumphing. I do that all the time. Once I got over the spinking, these came one at a time as my insanity progressed. And then I had one where I would rub my head on my shoulder. It was always the right shoulder, and it was just, and I did it like all the time. And they called that butt shouldering. I don't know where they came up with that. You know, and they were just terribly cruel about it. But you know, all brothers are like that. I was cruel in turn to my younger brother. All brothers do that. It's kind of like part of the fun of having brothers, kinda. But they were sometimes pretty vicious, and I gotta say, in their defense, they're idiots.